WHIO.
Hold on to your panties. The party is about to begin.
I can hardly wait.
I love this show. Check 1, check 2, check 3.
Are we ready?
Check 4.
You know what? Enough talk. It's showtime.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
I'm not saying it's space aliens, right? But it goes without saying it's space aliens.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So the drone conspiracy comes home to the Miami Valley. Oh my gosh. Who would have known on Friday night when we were sitting here playing Radio Drone Battle, trying to blow up drones out of the skies over New Jersey, that lo and behold, later that night, there would be an issue at Wright Pat. And over the weekend, I had a couple of people send me video clips of what they thought were drones flying over their heads, over their houses, over their neighborhoods, over their churches, their synagogues, their schools, their McDonald's. And every video that I saw, it just looked and sounded to me like it was a helicopter, like Care Flight or something. So, but now, I'm not so sure. Maybe they were drones. And I don't know if you heard the audio. I don't know if we played this on the air during the news. This is actually audio from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base talking to a MedFlight pilot about the drones.
MedFlight 8 Patterson Tower, use extreme caution for heavy UAS movement on the base. Security forces is handling the situation. Suggest at or above 1700 AGL.
That we will maintain 2000 and on our transition for MedFlight 8.
And I gotta keep the lights down so that security forces can see.
Roger that, no problem.
So that was a conversation, and there's more to that. I had a number of people send me that today. Thank you for sharing that. But before I heard about this at Wright Pat, because I saw the story this morning, I think that's when I saw it, or maybe it was last night. I can't remember when I saw it, but I already had a theory on what these drones are. Now, I want to open it up to you also, if you have a theory. Like, what is your theory? What do you think it is? Do you think it's some foreign agent? Do you think it's stateside agent? What do you think it is? Here's what I think it is. I think, and I'm being serious here. I'm not trying to make a joke, but I'm going to make a comparison, and you're going to go, what? But hear me out. You know how they have that hooning where people take over the streets with these souped up cars and they just go crazy and they drive recklessly and they do donuts in the street and they hang out the windows and they race, and it's just like this out of control. I think that this is the drone version of hooning. I think that there are, maybe if you want to call them drone gangs or groups of people who are really into drones. And they got together and they said, hey, let's cause some chaos. Let's have some fun. Because from what I understand, most of the videos that I've seen, the majority are at night. And that's when obviously people are going to see it because the lights are on it. And this came up last week, that if this was some sort of secret spy drone from Iran or Russia or China or anybody, there wouldn't be lights on them. You know, they would be trying to fly stealthily. They wouldn't want anybody to see them. So that's why I just don't think that these are some sort of spy drone, or that it's nefarious. I think it's just, you know, we're getting close to Christmas People are buying Christmas gifts. They're buying drones as gifts. They're getting gifts early. They're buying themselves a drone, their kid a drone, their neighbor a drone, on and on and on. And I think that's what it is. I just think it's people having fun with drones, and they're doing it at our expense. And it's got everybody worked up into this lather. Now, if you are a drone flyer and you are intentionally flying it near military bases, you're an idiot. I mean, because they'll figure it out. They'll somehow, some way, they will figure it out who you are. They arrested 2 guys. I saw this story up in Boston. They arrested a 42-year-old and a 32-year-old. They were flying drones dangerously close to Logan International Airport. And they figured out who they were, what they were flying, when they were doing it, and they arrested them. Homeland Security noted that there is an increase in drone sightings, probably due to new FAA rules allowing drones to fly at night. So I don't know much about the laws of drones, like when you can fly them, when you can't fly them. I don't know. I saw an article today in the Cincinnati Enquirer, and they had some drone rules. The first thing I thought was funny, they get into like how you can use a drone. Do you have to register it? But the first question they answered was, can you shoot a drone over your house in Ohio? The answer is no. Like anybody needed to be told, you're not allowed to shoot at the drone. No firing guns into the air randomly at what you think is a drone. They also say in this article in the Enquirer, you can't hunt an animal using a drone. I guess that's stalking, right? So you can't use a drone to find an animal and then hunt it, stalk it, and then hunt it. You can use a drone, though, to find an animal that you may have shot, because it is deer hunting season. I believe it's still deer hunting season. And they add in this, do you need to register your drone with the FAA? If you have a drone that weighs more than a half a pound, actually 0.55 pounds to be exact, you will have to register it with the FAA. This per the Ohio Bar Association. Registered drones are meant to be flown just for fun. These drones must be flown during the day and in good weather, stay at least 5 miles from airports, fly no higher than 400 feet, and not fly over crowds or endanger anyone. But we all know that when you're out there flying around with your drone, you might get the itch. Hey, how close can we get to the base, do you think? How close can we get to the airport? I don't know. Let's try it, you know? And I'm telling you, that's what it is. I don't know if it's really a gang of droners like hooners. I guess that's what they're called, hooners, going out and hooning. I think if you participate in hooning, you're probably a hooner. Maybe. I don't know. But I think that's what it is. And I think that there's just so many of these drones that are now available that are good-sized drones that people are buying them and just going to town and having fun. And this is kind of new. I mean, drones have been around for a while, but, you know, over time, the price comes down on these things and more people can afford it. That means there's going to be more drones in the air. So I'd love to hear what your theory is. If you really think it's something nefarious or just crackpots. Herb in Dayton. What's up, Herb?
Hey, man, so what I'm hearing on the radio and stuff is in New York the last couple of weeks they've been picking up, I know this sounds pretty bad, but gamma radiation. And those are drones, and the reason I'm not talking about them, like you said, if it was something nefarious, it would warning lights and safety lights on them at night. But it's the U.S. government flying drones along the coastline monitoring radiation levels and pinpointing radiation hotspots. I've heard that twice now from pilots, and they said it's common for them to fly around the coast and New York City has them that fly constantly around the perimeter of the city, picking up radiation levels.
Okay.
A lot of major cities do, but it's really hot right now, and they're going up and down the coast. New Jersey, Delaware.
Well,
New
I
York,
saw a map.
Yeah, right now.
I saw a map
people
where
who follow military actions and stuff.
Yeah,
there are a lot more U.S. ships off the coast.
I got you, Herb. I got you, Herb. Thanks. I've seen maps now where it not just stretched in Ohio, these sightings, but there's Pennsylvania, West Virginia. I mean, all along, and it keeps moving west. And I saw something about drones being spotted in Kansas. So who knows? I don't know. Tom in Centerville. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Todd. I was actually calling because I'm a little curious about just if anybody else has heard of something. I'm actually a commercial drone operator. We're called Part 107.
Okay.
So for small unmanned aerial systems. And one of the things that I have used on some of the jobs that I have flown for as a contractor is an app called Drone Deploy. And I believe this is what's being used. And I do believe it's probably for nefarious reasons. Because what this does is it flies a pre-programmed route. You basically get to draw the map that you're going to be flying in, and you can set the altitude and everything. And the drone essentially flies itself with just commercially available drones. My FAA registered one actually was purchased at Costco.
So one of these drones might be parked somewhere, and through this app, somebody can program it and hit launch or go or whatever, or maybe it's on a timer and it knows when to start, and it flies, it does its route, it does whatever it's supposed to do, and then it comes back and lands, and then they do it again. Is that basically what this is?
Sort of, except you actually have to be there with it because you're having to periodically change out batteries depending on how long the flight is.
Right.
Most of them don't usually fly for longer than 30 minutes unless they're very expensive commercially available drones.
But
the big thing with Drone Deploy is what it does is it takes thousands of individual photos and stitches them together so that you can make three-dimensionally manipulated maps. And you can use LiDAR systems, you can use thermal systems, you can use infrared, you can use a lot of different things. So there's probably a substantial amount of information that maybe some nefarious actors are actually able to gather by simply flying very simple drones that anybody's able to buy here.
So do you think, we keep seeing these videos pop up all over the place where people are spotting drones that are in the sky, and you see them because there's lights on them. And my point is if somebody's trying to be secretive, I don't think they're going to have lights on their drones. I mean, do you think that there are drones flying out there with no lights that are just stealth-like?
I think there are some. I know for mine's a DJI brand, which is one of the most common commercially available ones. And I can't turn my nav lights off. Now, I know some of the videos you're talking about, I believe, are also just regular aircraft because I'm actually a manned aircraft pilot as well. So I see some of the videos and I can pretty well pick out and identify that some of these things are manned aircraft that people think are drones.
Yeah.
But a lot of these are actually, I believe, just commercially available drones that you can't turn the lights off, but they're not exactly being opposed or prevented from doing it. So I think they're just kind of cruising along doing their thing and getting whatever info they want.
I got you. All right, Tom, I appreciate your call, buddy. 937-457-1290. If you do have a theory you want to share, give us a call. Also, if you'd like, I don't want to do what we did on Friday night, but if you're interested and you want to try to blow up a drone and radio drone battle, I guess we could go down that path. I mean, honestly, I thought Friday was going to be it, and then we'd be done with it, and we had our fun. But now, since we had a sighting over the weekend at the base, I guess we're open to that again.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Oh. All right, everybody. Oh, miss. Well, you don't have to listen.
Days of daylight saving time may be numbered. Well, the latest at 5:30 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
You gotta tune in, man. You gotta tune in.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. This Friday is my last day before a couple of weeks of vacation, and a special guest in the studio that day. My wife Mary's going to be back. She was on the day before Thanksgiving, and she's taken the day off, and she's agreed to be on the show. So Mary will be here on Friday. People seem to enjoy her company on the show, as do I. 937-457-1290. Let's see. Jeff in Dayton. What's going on, Jeff?
It just so happens that I didn't know a lot about drones at first, but I did get a chance to sit in on a class this past summer with a racing drone instructor.
Okay.
And if we basically educate ourselves, there's enough information to eliminate the conspiracy theories. Number one,
yeah,
you can fly a drone you can fly a drone as an amateur. The first thing, you cannot exceed 400 feet.
Right.
You also have to do the same checklist provided by the FAA as you would if you were flying a regular aircraft. You got to do the safety checks. You got to do all the checks to go along before you even take off from the ground. So when I started seeing all these things on social media, oh, there's a drone and it's this big and it's that big. As long as they're not over 400 feet, there's probably nothing the government would have done anyway.
Right.
And then the second part of that is if you violate any of the FAA rules, in some cases, and this is told by the instructor, he said in some cases, they'll take control of your drone, fly it to them, and you could be fined up to $250,000. Now, if you're a professional, you can get permission to exceed 400 feet and so on and so forth. But we don't know the details of how high these drones were that people are seeing on the East Coast. But like I said, if you're flying, I don't know if it matters how big they are, but as long as you don't break any of the FAA rules, there's nothing the government's going to do, which lets us know there's no conspiracies. They're not foreign, and they could be government, maybe not. But if they're not breaking FAA rules, I mean, come on, for a month, people have been seeing drones.
No, I got you.
And the government's doing nothing.
Yeah, I got you, Jeff. I got you.
Obviously, they're not breaking any rules.
I got you. I appreciate it. See, that's my point, and I just think it's people out there having fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy, a hero.
Oh, he's a keeper.
It's fun listening. It's a good ride, but there's never any real danger.
Give it some time, man. You'll realize.
You'll see. He'll grow on you.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Jeremy, I'll check it out. Jeremy, Jason's looking into it. All right. I'll be right back to telling. Probably, Leslie. I have to call the cops that come in and cut them off again. That'd be fun during the show. Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Coming to the Andrew J. Brady Music Center in Cincinnati on May 6th. I'm looking forward to this. It's not a concert. It's Dr. Neal deGrasse Tyson. He is one of my favorite science personalities. And he's going to be doing a lecture called The Search for Life in the Universe. So when you hear Dr. deGrasses Tyson telling a joke, I know. What? I've got a clip of him telling a joke. So when you hear that, be the fifth caller at 937-457-1290. And we will hook you up with a pair of tickets to see Dr. Neal deGrasse Tyson down at the Andrew J. Brady Music Center on May 6th. 937-457-1290. We're talking about the drones. Drones. Over Wright-Patterson Air Force Base over the weekend. Shut down the airspace. Mark in Dark. What's up, Mark?
Todd Hollst.
How you doing, buddy?
I got a jackpot.
Oh, you got. Hang on, you got.
You know, I think this, as much coverage as this drone business is getting.
Yes.
I have a conspiracy theory.
Oh, wait a second. Wait. Hold on. Let me get your. Let's hear it.
All of this talk, I have not seen one clear picture or video that couldn't be a dozen things.
Yeah.
So I think this is along the lines of Sasquatch sighting.
Well, you know, here's the thing. I had a friend of mine send me a video over the weekend, and he took it. It was outside. I think it was maybe Saturday night.
Right.
And he's like, that's a drone. That looks like there's no wings on that. That's a drone. It's a drone.
Mm.
And I looked at it and I thought, I'm pretty sure that's care flight.
Right.
And I think what happens is when people start hearing about these stories and then they start seeing something that they can't explain, immediately they just jump, they leap to whatever is in their head at the moment. You know, it's like, oh, that must be a drone. Must be a foreign agency.
I do have to say thank you for expanding my vocabulary, because until today I've never heard the word nefarious.
Oh, you've never heard the word nefarious.
Hey,
That's a great word.
In the 1900s, so that's a while back.
Well, that's a great word, nefarious. You know what else happened today? Not just not just this whole deal with the drones.
Yes.
There was an earthquake in Ohio.
Did not know that.
I just saw this story. It came from the WHIO app. A 3.3 magnitude earthquake was magnitude, not turd, magnitude, was reported in Ohio Monday afternoon. The epicenter of the quake was northwest of Chesapeake, Ohio, in Lawrence County.
Maybe it was a drone crashing.
Whoa, wait a second. Now we got drones, we got earthquakes. What is going on?
The world as we know it.
Yeah. Were you listening Friday when we were blowing drones out of the sky?
Absolutely, I was.
Well, you know what? I have a new grid.
Oh.
Would you like to take a shot at a drone?
Give me the letters and numbers again.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me open it up
you
here.
Have access to killer drones?
One of your surveillance drones.
Turn off the drones.
I think he's using drones.
Why aren't these drones firing?
I've got my drones working hard.
Launch the drones. Copy that, brother. Drones are entering the atmosphere. Weapons hot.
So basically, there's 100 squares on this grid. It's A through J. That's 10 letters.
Right.
And then 1 through 10. Well, that's 10 numbers. So you just basically, you have to like A whatever or B whatever or 1 through 10. Make sense?
Got it.
Okay. Give me a guess.
E5.
E5. Let's see if we.
Target locked on. Ready to fire. Press fire.
Oh, it was a miss.
Probably because there aren't really any drones. But
Sorry, Mark. Sorry.
Later.
All right, man. See ya. 937-457-1290. If you'd like to take a shot at a drone, I guess we can. We'll do another one this hour and maybe one next hour. We got an Ohio man.
He's Ohio man, causing chaos is his plan. Breaking all the laws, on the run from dusk to dawn.
I don't know if you've seen any vehicles like this. In the last week or two, I have seen probably 3 or 4 that are covered in Christmas lights. Now, I don't mean that they've got some Christmas lights hanging off the rear view mirror or, in the back seat of their car. I'm talking that these cars are covered in lights. I mean, I'm talking probably 1,000 lights. There was a story, an Ohio man up in Brook Park, Ohio, 19-year-old dude was driving a Tesla with flashing Christmas lights wrapped all around the car. He led police on a police chase, a high-speed chase that reached over 100 miles per hour. At some point during the chase, the man turned off the Christmas lights on his car, plus the headlights. And cops lost sight of the Tesla, so they ended the pursuit. But they used license plate reading cameras to find, to see the license plate. And they figured out that it belonged to a 61-year-old Cleveland man. So cops went to the house, and the 19-year-old answered the door. And he was like, "Why are you guys here?" And they said, "Well, somebody was driving that Tesla with the Christmas lights on." The man at first denied fleeing from police, said he didn't know he was driving. But police asked the man to be honest. Just be honest, man. Just be honest. And he confessed. So they placed him under arrest. And the 19-year-old said, "Hey, good job. You caught me." But have you seen that? I wonder about the legality of it. Not that I'm trying to be a party pooper or anything, but I saw one of these cars flying down the road. They weren't speeding. It was on the highway, but it was such a distraction. I mean, it was like, I don't know. It was just crazy. And I don't know if I'm assuming that you could probably buy something like that at this point, that you can buy a string of lights that is somehow shaped like a car. If not, and this person or these people, because like I said, I've seen a few, if they did that themselves, that's pretty impressive. That is like parade quality Christmas lights. 937-457-1290. Brad in Spencerville. What's up, Brad?
Hey, what's up, Tab?
You want to, it says here you want to do the drone battle, right?
Yeah.
All right. What is your guess?
Friday night, I went with B8. Let's go with B8 again tonight.
B8 again. All right. Let's see here.
Target locked on, ready to fire.
Press fire.
No, sorry. Sorry about that, Brad. Let's try Joanna in Bell Center. Hey, Joanna.
Hello.
You got a guess?
Yes, F4.
F4.
Target locked on, ready to fire.
Press fire.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Good try, though, Joanna. Good try. If you want to try and shoot a drone out of the sky, it's much like the game Battleship. We did this on Friday's show, and it was huge. I don't know how many hundreds of calls we had. It seemed like it was just nonstop. And we gave away, I think, 8 or 9 Evening Edge Christmas ornaments. And I have this other grid. Maybe we can do some of that. We have an Ohio woman story now.
Ohio woman. Ohio woman. Ohio woman. Ohio woman.
Well, this is kind of an Ohio woman in training. There's a third grade girl in Lorain, Ohio. And apparently she created a fake Facebook account. And this happened last week. She created a fake Facebook account. And then she made 2 bomb threats on social media towards her school. Third grade. That is insane. A third grader. The post from the girl shut down the district school and prompted the sheriff's office as well as the FBI. Wow. To search for a bomb. No credible threats were found. The girl attends Vincent's Elementary. And what is that? 8, 9 years old? Third grade? Yeah. She's now facing inducing panic charges. And people are like, and I get it. They're kind of shocked that a third grader has their own social media account. I mean, she'd have to have a social media account, I guess, to probably create a fake social media account. Maybe, I don't know. But some parents or community members are saying parents should be charged because their kid did that. You know, I've told this story before. This was way before social media, but I was probably about the same age, and I thought it was a good idea to call the police department in Beaver Creek and report that the candy shop was being robbed. I did, yeah. Parker's like, what? I did, and this was before the 911 thing. I called the regular number. It was just one number, and they called back. Because, of course, even then the technology existed. They could tell where the call was coming from. And my dad answered the phone. And he said, Todd Allen, get down here right now.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy, a hero.
Oh, he's a keeper. It's fun listening. It's a good ride, but there's never any real danger.
Give it some time, man.
That's what happens.
It'll grow on you.
Locally grown,
slapped
seriously funny on WHIO.
Now from the WHIO News Center, here are the 3 big things.
Just feel like throwing a lot out tonight, man. Just throwing it all out. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know I've missed 3, but I don't know how many I've tossed. Probably 7? 7 or 8? So, 5 for 8, maybe? Hey, Kelly, I got a question. Did you find out? Did that thing that Liam ordered, did it show up?
St. Paris decides on its police force tonight. We'll have the latest at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Well, he has quite the reputation.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Consider the following: miscellaneous and wondrous things.
You see, it's a matter of science, lad. Come here, I'll show you.
Brilliant!
Blah, blah, blah. Science.
How can scientific truth be heresy?
What did the great man of science have to say today?
What is my all-time favorite science joke? A photon walks into a hotel. The bellhop comes up and says, will you have any luggage? And the photon replies, no, I'm traveling light.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Well, that was Dr. Neal deGrasses Tyson telling his favorite joke about the photon not having luggage because he's traveling light. Be the fifth caller at 937-457-1290. And we will hook you up with a pair of tickets to see Dr. Neal deGrasses Tyson at the Andrew J. Brady Music Center. He's giving a lecture, Search for Life in the Universe, May 6th. And tickets are on sale now if you'd like to go. I just had somebody message me and say, hey, my husband's a huge fan. How can I win tickets? Well, all this week we'll have tickets to give away to see Dr. Neal deGrasses Tyson. I think he's got a couple of more jokes to tell, so we'll see.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
H. Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
What's that? Give us a smile? Is that what you want? Sorry.
It's that time.
We get the show on the road.
I've been waiting for it all day.
And not a moment too soon.
Listen to talk radio.
This guy, Todd.
Monday through Friday.
5 to 7.
He's weird. Best thing on the radio.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Clark, do you think there's enough room for the angel?
Oh, sure, honey. I have a little more trimming to do, but that won't be a problem. Ready? I give you the Griswold family Christmas tree.
It's that time. Christmas time is here.
A lot of sap in here.
Everybody knows there's not a better time of year. Hear that sleigh. Santa's on his way. Hip, hip, hooray for Christmas vacation.
250 strands of light, 100 individual bulbs per strand for a grand total of 25,000 imported Italian twinkle lights. I dedicate this house to the Griswold family Christmas.
Gonna make this holiday as perfect as can be. Just wait and see this Christmas vacation.
Going for a new amateur recreational sausage sled land speed record. Clark W. Griswold Jr. Remember, don't try this at home, kids. I am a professional. Later, dudes.
Man in the middle. And it's fun. Always on the run. That's how it's done on Christmas vacation.
Why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
No, Marco.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. A live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So I've got this list, Ranker's Top 20 Funniest Christmas Movies of All Time. Now, I don't know if you've been watching your Christmas movies. It's that time, of course. Mary and I have. We've been watching. By the way, Mary's going to be on the show Friday. We'll probably talk about Christmas movies, but we watched a new one over the weekend. This Dear Santa. Now, this is with Jack Black, and I love the premise. It's this young boy who has, candidly, he is dyslexic. And he writes a letter hoping that it goes to Santa and he can make his Christmas wish come true, which I won't spoil. But long story short, and this is part of the trailer, so I'm not destroying this for anybody. He misspells Santa, and it gets delivered to Satan. And Jack Black, playing the part of Satan / demon, whatever, shows up at this kid's house and tries to convince him to make 3 Christmas wishes, and have all the wishes fulfilled, and in exchange, he gets the kid's soul. So I had great expectations for this because I really do enjoy Jack Black, and I really, really love the premise. But I will tell you, I give it probably a B-. It's not one of those classic Christmas comedies that I think will endure for years and years to come. Not like the ones on this list from the readers of Ranker. And I thought I'd ask and get your take on this particular list. Number 1, we just heard the little music montage. I put that together last year. Number 1, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Number 1 on the list. Number 2, Home Alone. Number 3, Elf. Number 4 on the list, The Santa Claus, the original. Now, what I thought was cool is in their top 20, The Santa Claus 2, and The Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause, all make the top 20. Number 6 on their list, number 5, A Christmas Story, which is probably my favorite. And in fact, if you remember, I think it was last year it came out, they did finally a sequel to A Christmas Story. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I can't remember where it was on, if it was on Amazon Prime or Netflix. There's so many. I can't keep track of it all. But if you just Google like Christmas Story 2, you can find it. But I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good. Number 6, Christmas with the Cranks. That's with Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen. That's not bad. I've only seen that, I think, maybe once. Number 7 is one of my favorites, The Muppet Christmas Carol with Michael Caine. Hello, I'm Michael Caine as Scrooge. Number 8, The Santa Claus 2. Number 9, Scrooged. That's with Bill Murray. That's a great one. Number 10, Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Then that's the one with Jim Carrey. And then number 11, just The Grinch. That was voiced by Cumberbatch, the guy who plays Sherlock. Now, here's one, and I'll admit, it's been a very, very long time since I've seen this movie. I know I saw it in the theaters. I wasn't a huge fan. I just didn't. But on this list of 20 funniest Christmas movies, number 12 is Gremlins. And I don't really remember that sticking out in my head as being a Christmas movie. I mean, all the other movies that I mentioned, clearly 100%, these are Christmas movies. But I think Gremlins might be Christmas adjacent, a little bit like Die Hard. We had that debate last week. Number 13, Four Christmases. Number 14, The Christmas Chronicles. Number 15, Jingle All the Way. Now, here's one. I think I've seen this one once. Number 16, Ernest Saves Christmas. Did you ever see those movies, Parker? The Ernest movies?
I can't say that I have.
That guy, I can't remember where he came from, what the premise of him. It was this weird character named Ernest. And I don't know where he originated from. But he had a couple of movies. I don't remember if he was a TV character. I don't think he was a TV character. I think that would have been maybe the late 80s, early 90s. I don't know where he came from, but he I guess he tried to save Christmas, and he was successful. Number 17 on their list, Deck the Halls. I don't remember that one. 18, Bad Santa. Billy Bob Thornton. I refuse to watch that because it's, I know there's supposedly a redeeming message at the end, but as somebody who frequently during the Christmas season works for Santa, I just, it's rough to watch. It's rough to watch. Number 19, Jack Frost. That's the one with Michael Keaton. That's a pretty good one. I don't know if it's funny, though. It's like Michael Keaton's character dies. He's a dad. He dies. I think he dies in a car accident. But then comes back to life, life in air quotes, as a snowman that ends up hanging out at his old house with his kid. And the kid believes that, hey, Dad's the snowman. And, it's just that. And then number 20, the Santa Claus 3, the Escape Clause. So if you got any comments, maybe you've got a favorite comedy Christmas movie that's not on the list, Parker, like you were going to.
I thought your montage to open up was fantastic. That's
thank you.
That's my favorite of all time is Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I mean, I look at like A Christmas Story much differently than I do National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
They're both equally in my book top of the list, but they're different kinds of comedies. Right? And I don't know, and I've talked about this before. I was born in 69 and my dad was born in 37, 38. I can't remember right offhand, but that whole Christmas Story era was like his era. Like that's what I imagine my dad's Christmas being like when he was a kid, right? So that movie, I remember when I saw it the first time. I saw it on TV. I didn't see it in the theaters. But I remember when it came on TV and it was on Christmas Eve, and it was so great. I just love that so much. But National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, very different kind of comedy, but just great nonetheless. 937-457-1290 if you have a comment on that. I saw this story also over the weekend, and one of the things I remember from my childhood was the story of D.B. Cooper. You know the story of D.B. Cooper? This is the guy who hijacked a plane, demanded a parachute, and I think, was it $200,000 or something? Yeah, $200,000 in cash. And he hijacked a Boeing plane and jumped from the plane, from this airliner with this parachute, and was never found or never seen again. They did find money, bits of money where he jumped. And for the longest time, people assumed that he had perished. Well, now there's a story where these siblings from North Carolina believe that their dad was actually the hijacker, D.B. Cooper. And I thought this was terribly, terribly interesting. Apparently, they have a parachute that had been kept in their mom's storage, and they had some sort of aviation expert look at this, and this is the exact parachute or the exact style of parachute that the FBI had some parachute maker specifically for D.B. Cooper when he demanded a parachute. So I don't know if this was some sort of special parachute so he could jump out of a, flying, moving airliner at, 400 miles an hour or whatever it was. But the FBI is now investigating, and they've asked for I guess they got the parachute, and they're looking into this. Said that this particular parachute rig is like 1 in a billion. Normal parachutes are not made this way. And this one particular parachute was made that way. And the guy's name is Richard McCoy Jr. This is who the siblings in North Carolina, that was their dad, who they think was D.B. Cooper. Now, why is that important? Not just the parachute, but apparently 5 or 6 months after the D.B. Cooper case, this Richard McCoy Jr. was arrested trying to do the same type of hijacking on another plane. And he got arrested, went to jail, broke out, and then was killed in a shootout with police. So maybe the D.B. Cooper case is close to being solved.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out. T-O.
Double D.
H. Oh. Double L. S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Captain Scurvy, I kind of remember that, but I had somebody send me some info. He said they think he started on the Ray-Ban tire advertisements. Ray-Ban tire advertisement? I have no idea what that is. Ah, kind of like Pee Wee. Okay.
The future of St. Paris Police is on the line tonight. We'll have the latest at 6:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Something told me to turn on the radio.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. 937-457-1290. Have this list of the Ranker's top 20 funniest Christmas movies of all time. Number 16 on the list, Ernest Saves Christmas. And it was a little foggy on the origins of Ernest, but I remember him. A lot of people send me messages, and we got a couple of calls, 937-457-1290. David in Miamisburg. Hey, David.
Hey.
Hey. You're on.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, Ernest was a character. He was a spokesperson for Trout Dairy Farms.
Okay.
And Vern was his neighbor, and he was always, just being really obnoxious towards his neighbor. And eventually, I think most of the commercials ended with the neighbor either slamming a door on him or something like that. But he was always constantly going to, "Hey, Vern."
Did those commercials run locally? Because I don't remember that. Okay, I just don't. I remember the movies, and I remember maybe there was a TV show that he had, but I just don't remember those particular TV commercials.
Yeah, he started off as a character for a TV ad campaign for Trout Dairy.
Okay, I got
if I
you.
remember correctly.
Okay, I appreciate that, David. I got some other people who want to get on that too, real quick. Cowboy Jim, hey.
Yeah, you just stole
Oh,
my thunder.
well, your phone's messed up.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. It's probably a drone.
What am I listening to now? What is this? The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
H.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Woohoo! That would be awesome, Leslie.
Saving with Single Care. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com. Show the coupon at the pharmacy and start saving. Single Care works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check Single Care to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today. Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life.
This is WHIO.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right?
The problems of the world are not in my department.
Now, who'd like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Ed Chad Leslie on the live stream just mentioned the Todd Shop, which is sort of our merchandise, our merch shop. The ToddShop.com. I know Christmas is just over a week away, but you might be able to get into time. If you want a Evening Edge shirt, or in this case, Leslie was asking about a baby onesie. Yeah, we have baby onesies. I wish we had an adult onesie. That'd be cool. But you could go to the ToddShop.com, and $2 from every sale goes to a local charity. And I'm doing that with the folks at Titan Graphics. They're located over on Needmore Road. And they've got a showroom and everything. I don't know if they have Evening Edge gear up yet in their showroom. They talked about doing that, but we haven't chatted about that in a bit. But I know that it's online. You can find the link on my Facebook page. You can also find it on my show page at WHIO.com. But it's just very easy. The ToddShop.com. 937-457-1290. We have some mail.
Knock off the jaw jacket. It's time for mail call.
Master, I have mail for you.
The fan man.
Oh, I'm a big fan of yours.
The mail is here.
Your hate mailbox is full.
If you would like to send me an email, you can send it to eveningedgetodd@gmail.com, or you can just message me at eveningedgetodd. Hey, Todd, my wife and her friends are big fans of the Hallmark Christmas movies. And over the weekend, they had a marathon at our house. And as you might expect, there was plenty of wine involved. I'm not surprised that there was wine involved. That's kind of like the, the demographic, right? The women who love the Hallmark, they like getting cozy in their pajamas and, and they're Afghan and drinking a couple of boxes of wine while watching the Hallmark movies. Fortunately, my wife is not one of those people. She's not a fan of the Hallmark. But anyway, this email goes on. As you might expect, there was plenty of wine involved. There's a Hallmark movie drinking game. I thought you'd get a kick out of, given you have your own Evening Edge drinking game. A link to the rules is attached. Love your show. Travis and Huber. Well, thank you, Travis. Yeah, we do have our own drinking game, and it has to do with sound effects. It's on my Facebook page. But this is kind of interesting. And I maybe recall talking about this, or maybe at least hearing about it. I'm not sure. Here are some of the rules, some of the funnier rules. There's 20 of them. There's 20 rules. Yeah. Parker, you want to get in on this?
Heck yeah.
Are you a Hallmark fan?
Heck no.
No. Wouldn't it be funny if you were?
Yeah,
It's
it actually would be.
What you don't know about Parker Testa is he really enjoys the Hallmark romance movie. So here are the rules. And you know what? I could post these online. So maybe you or your spouse, they're big Hallmark movie fans, and they like to have some wine with their wine or with their movies. And you could share this with them. Number 1 on the list: drink if there's a kiss under the mistletoe. Yeah, that's solid. Number 2: if Santa shows up, you have to finish your drink. So if the big man makes an appearance on the screen, you gotta down it. Number 3: you drink when it starts snowing. Like if you're, the scene and all of a sudden, it's a miracle, it's snowing, that kind of thing. You have to take a small drink whenever somebody says, but it's Christmas. With that sort of exasperative, but it's Christmas. Number 5, take a shot if magic happens. Something magical. Would that be reindeer flying? Maybe so. Yeah. Number 6, drink when a late spouse, mother, or relative is mentioned. That's a good one. That's like a premise for a lot of those movies, right? A relative has died, and that's what brings the person back to the small town.
Yeah.
Wherever. And it's always like Snowville or something like that. Pineville, right? Let's see. Number 7, drink whenever there's a small town tradition. Oh, there you go. Small town. It's our town's tradition. Number 8, drink when a classic Christmas song is played. All right. Number 9, finish your drink when the leads of the movie finally kiss. Yeah, right at the very end. Right at the very end.
Well, a lot of those things happen in order leading up to that big kiss at the end of the movie, right?
Right, right.
You'd be pretty inebriated.
Maybe that's what they're planning on. That's
sure.
That's
Okay.
the secret.
Yeah.
All of these movies are just ways to get people to drink more. Let's see. Number 10, drink at the first mention of a town that's famous for something. Number 11, take a shot the first time someone's holiday-related name is said. Oh, I like that. These are great. That's the other thing, these characters. Like Nicholas, St. Nicholas, Holly, or Chris with a K, Kris Kringle, Belle, stuff like that. 12, take a shot if a Christmas pageant is performed. 13, take a shot if a character is a literal angel. Yeah, angels are they show up quite a bit in Christmas movies. Let's see. Number 14, drink whenever a character mentions a famous baked good. Like with Pillsbury.
What, every time they say cookie or something?
It says a famous baked good. I don't know what that means, if it's like Pillsbury or Duncan Hines or just, I don't know. Here, this is funny. This word came up earlier in the show. We're talking about the drones. Number 15, drink if a nefarious property developer appears. That's also a really good movie trope plot use. The developer wants to come in and destroy the town's Christmas tree farm and put in condos or a mall or something, Let's see. Number 16, drink if a ghost appears. Well, that's kind of like the angel.
Yeah.
Angel, ghost, 17, take a shot when someone is filled with the Christmas spirit. Now, how do you know that?
There's a lot of rules here.
There is a lot of rule. Well, they want you drunk. I guess the Hallmark movies are better when you're tipsy. Number 18, drink the first time a royal mentions their fictional country. Now, I will tell you this. My wife got sucked into that. I don't know if it was last Christmas or the Christmas before. And I can't remember the woman's name, but she plays the main female lead on the CBS movie Ghosts, where she goes to some made-up country as I don't know if she's a nanny or something. And she ends up falling in love with the prince. And now it's like they've made 4 or 5 of these movies. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
I forget what it's called, but it's like Royal Christmas, a Royal Christmas 2, or, I don't know. It's weird. Well, Mary's going to be on the show Friday. I'll ask her about that. Let's see. Number 19, you take a sip for every adorable animal that appears on camera.
Well, that's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. And then number 20, the last one. Drink whenever a parent worries about their child's dating life.
Oh, that's in every single one.
Yeah. And it's always the same. I have to go back and see if I can find the audio. There's like a video out there on YouTube where they basically encapsulize a Hallmark movie in about 3 minutes. Right. And it's like, here's the plot, here are the characters. And it just like everyone's the same.
Yeah.
And that's how they can spit them out so quickly.
Yeah. I grew up in a Hallmark house.
Oh, did you really?
I've been permanently turned off to those movies. I'm out.
I bet if you used Chat GPT, the AI, and you went in there and you said, write me a Hallmark style Christmas movie with these character names, it would do it. And I would bet that it would be just as good as any of the actual Hallmark Christmas movies. It's unfortunate that those movies have been taking such a bad rap, because a lot of people, like, I think they're silly. You mentioned you think they're silly, but they keep making them. And every year there's like a half a dozen, maybe more, new ones. It's crazy.
You have to think they are going to run out of ideas at some point.
It doesn't matter because it's all the same idea. Yeah. It's all the same idea. It's just, it's new actresses, it's new actors, right? It's new technology, whatever it is.
That's another big one, is the royal aspect of these is a pretty big common theme in those too.
Yeah. I mean, the one that I was talking about that my wife was watching, it's like I wish I could remember the name of it, but she's the nanny. She, goes to this castle. Yeah. She falls in love. She befriends the prince's daughter because, his wife died. And she's there to help the kid and blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, she's the queen. It's crazy. It's just fun.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Oh. I feel like I had that audio or something. The Hallmark thing. Maybe not. Hallmark. Let's see if I can find it. I do. Yes, Jeff. I talked about that earlier. I love that. I love that one. I thought the sequel was pretty good. That's awesome. Kelly, so glad to hear that.
That winter chill returning soon enough to the Miami Valley. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
What do we know about this guy, Mr. Hot Stuff?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, here it is. I found it. Every Hallmark movie in 90 seconds.
Hi,
Cheryl, do you mind if I call you back? I'm about to hop on a flight to Ho 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 Merry Christmas Town, Ohio for the holidays, and I haven't been back since I became a very busy businesswoman doing business things. I will be working on Christmas Eve, but first I have to meet with the local tavern owner and handyman to help my family with something that is not important, but also super important. Whoa!
Oh my gosh, ma'am, I am so sorry. Jane Fitzgardner?
Jake Wriggleston? I haven't seen you since that day our relationship became strained.
Classic Jane, harping on the past instead of focusing on the future. Well, I'm sorry, I don't mean to rush, but I'm actually late for work. I have a special industry assignment that I need to get to at the Fitzgardner house. I gotta get going, but I'll see you later.
I'm really sorry, but I have a super important business appointment back in the city.
Guess not much has changed, huh, Janie?
Do you mean like what happened 10 years ago?
It's exactly what I mean. Jan, you did a great job. The Fitzgardner event is a smash.
Thank you, Deputy Commissioner Duke Von Helsing. But it wasn't just me. We did an amazing job.
I love the music, too.
Go to him.
Jake, I'm sorry about what happened 10 years ago. Most importantly, I love you, Jake Wriggleston.
I love you, Jane Fitzgardner.
This town is special.
Oh, my God. Yeah, there it is. 90 seconds. Every Hallmark movie. Oh, wow. Well, have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow just after 5. Tomorrow night is a shortened show. We got UD basketball. So I will be on live 5 to 6, and then the pregame starts at 6 o'clock. The tip-off with the Flyers. 25. They're in the top 25. That's awesome. At 7 o'clock. And don't forget, Mary, my wife, will be on the show Friday. A lot of people look forward to her visits. So she will be here. And all Christmas regalia. I hope. We'll see. Have a terrific night. We'll see you tomorrow here on the Evening Edge.
And that's how she wrote.
I got nothing left.
Why don't you just call it a night?
I'm saying it's over, superstar.
That's it, guys. We're all fried.
You guys have a good night.
Unplug everything, wrap it up. Let's go home.
Adios, amigo.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.